Hi there, this is Conscious Flow. I am Leon. This channel is about helping you see your stuttering as a positive force, as a teacher rather than an enemy. So today I'd like to talk about acceptance. What does it mean to fully accept your stuttering? When I was younger, I often thought that I somehow have to accept my stuttering. If I could only do that, it'll just go away. So what's a natural thing to do there? Just tell myself, I accept the stuttering. I really accept the stuttering. But of course that wasn't really true. I said it, but I didn't mean it. I just said it because I thought, well, if I only say it often enough, I'll believe it and I'll actually accept the stuttering and it'll just go away. But of course that never worked because it simply wasn't the truth. I didn't accept the stuttering. And now I go about this quite differently. So my approach now is to simply assume that in some way I have chosen the stuttering. I have chosen this. I don't quite know why, but some part of me has chosen this as a challenge to grow from. And this is a much more powerful way to look at it than to just think of it as some sort of random neurological disorder or however you want to call it. There's a lot of power in thinking that you have chosen the things that happen to you in your life, and there is a lesson in there somewhere. So for me the stuttering is not really one fixed thing. There is no deep core to it, and when that goes away it's just gone. To me it's more of a patchwork of different little interconnected ideas and identities. So, for example, there is a victim identity here in me. The little I that says, I am the victim of the stuttering. It's hurting me, it's out to get me, it's making me scared, it's doing bad things to me. I'm its victim. So let's look at this for a bit. Is there some truth to this? Well, yeah, there absolutely is. Stuttering can cause a whole lot of pain on a whole lot of different levels, and it can make you feel really stuck in life, and it can make you feel like you're a victim of life or some inner forces that act on you. So it is absolutely okay to have this in you. It would be strange if I didn't have it. So looking at this little identity as something that is in me, but that is not quite me. That's a core thing that I do. So I take a step back and I look at this. Does it make sense that this is there? Absolutely. Can I acknowledge that there is pain from this? Absolutely. Do I want to keep identifying with this and say that I am the victim of the stuttering? Absolutely not. So there is really a process here in accepting this victim identity. The first bit is to simply acknowledge that it is there and to not judge it. And the next step would be to feel all the pain that comes with it. To simply allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with this identity, and to not run away from it, to not distract yourself from negative thoughts or emotions with your phone or Netflix or whatever people do to distract themselves from their pain. So simply being with these emotions, it's enough. You don't have to persuade the victim that it's all okay. You don't even have to answer the thoughts on the level of the thoughts. In my experience, it suffices to simply experience the emotions, to let them be, to not try and manipulate them or make them go away in any way. This is basically an idea by the spiritual teacher David Hawkins, who teaches this technique in a book called Letting Go. And let's look at another part of this I am a stutterer identity. What else is there? Shame. There is a part of me that says, I am ashamed of stuttering. I want this to go away now because it makes me feel embarrassed about myself. And now again, it's the same mechanism. Does it make sense that this is there? Yeah, it does. I've been ashamed of my stuttering probably millions of times. So it's fair enough that this is there. I can't brush it away. I can't talk some sense into it and say, well, it's all fine. People don't really judge you for it. It's just you. It's not this kind of process that needs to happen. It's the same process that I just described. Acknowledging that it's there, allowing myself to feel it, and then to let it be. And if I just let it be, it goes away naturally, because it's not my deepest truth, it's not my highest self that has these thoughts, because part of me knows that all I have to do is be compassionate with it, let it be, and it'll just fizzle out. And one other identity that I've always had since I've been a little kid was the analyzer. Like, I wanted to analyze the stuttering in my head and somehow find the switch to fluency and flick it, because it was always obvious that the switch somehow exists. Like, every stutterer knows that when you're alone or talk with animals or maybe little children, you don't stutter. So there's got to be this damn switch somewhere. All I got to do is find it and flick it, right? So I've tried that for 25 years or something, and I found nothing. No mental concept that could contain all of the stuttering, no single realization in my thoughts that was at all helpful. So I didn't rationally understand my stuttering. But turns out that this is not really me either. This is just another part of my identity that struggles, that suffers, and that thinks, well, if only I could find the solution in the head, the stuttering would go away. So we can accept this kind of identity the same way that I just described. So it's all about taking a step away from myself and being compassionate with my own humanity. Of course, this is quite a process. This is very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot of my energy to do this on a day-to-day basis. But it's okay. It just needs to be done, and I put in the time and energy to do it as best I can. Another crucial aspect in my experience is the following. I changed the story that I told myself about my stuttering. So instead of believing these thoughts of being a victim, being the ashamed one, being the analyzer in the head, I tell myself a very different story about the stuttering. I tell myself that it's my teacher, that it's my friend, that I can grow from it. So I call it an awakening force in my head. If you're into spirituality, I think that's a helpful label to put on it, because it'll just help you get to know your higher self better. If you're not into spirituality, you can call it, I don't know, self-improvement work. It helps you to get to know yourself better, to improve yourself in terms of patience and acceptance, self-compassion, tolerance, and these kinds of things. So this is a very different view, and it'll take time to stick. It's not like it's gonna change overnight. It's a lot of work to change years or maybe decades of negative beliefs and habits that have just manifested themselves in you. Yeah, so that's really all I wanted to say for now. See you soon. Bye.